Hey, it is Smooth Tim and Larry E, and welcome to another hump day on Tim's Tidbits. What's up, Larry?
Chilling, man. I'm good. You good?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, weather's good, and not bad. Gonna be real nice tomorrow, so hey, no
What
complaint.
I would say that about Texas, but we don't know. It's up in the air right now, literally. Now, we don't know. We've been here before.
Yeah,
We don't
quite
know
a
what
bit
we're
of
gonna get.
Texas seems to have been up in the air lately.
The weather in Texas is like playing a lottery or open up a Cracker Jack box. You never know what prize you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah. But they've had how many tornadoes have y'all had here in the past couple of weeks? Just crazy.
we had 5 tornadoes in the last 5 minutes. I'm like a tornado, hail, typhoon, rain, snow, wind, just name it.
Yeah, I know that Mississippi got hit the hardest. I believe, Silver City or something like that. I believe was the name of it, but it used to be the name of it. Looked like it got wiped out. But anyhow, yeah, hearts and prayers out to everybody. But yeah.
Yes. I was just joking. Our weather is jacked up, but it's nothing to joke about when something like that happens.
Oh, yeah, and I guess they got more weather coming out onto the west coast of California. Could even get some more snow. I think they said I seen something on TV like they got 600 inches of base, like 600 inches of snow altogether this season. I'm like,
Move.
you should have no more water complaints in California
Right?
whatsoever. I mean, all your reservoirs should be like overflowing and shit, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So now they got to work on taking care of the homeless people.
Well,
Water issue is done. Homeless people next. All right.
well, there's no excuse for them not to take a bath. There's no more water shortage.
Rain though.
That's what I said. Hey, man. Anyhow, on with the show. I don't know if you paid attention, but well, yeah, actually, it happened down in Waco, Texas, as a matter of fact. Don't give me that sideways glance. It actually did. Waco, Texas. Trump had a rally down there.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I know, man. But in any regards, he played a little number, for the crowd. It actually is a performance.
Donald Trump held his first campaign rally over the weekend, and today the grand jury looking into possible criminal charges connected with that Stormy Daniels payment is back at work. Stephen Fabian has details.
It's the moment from the Trump rally that left many stunned.
Please rise and place your hand over your heart.
The former president hailing the January 6th rioters. He opened with images showing the mob being pushed back by law enforcement and a recording of jailed rioters singing, get this, the national anthem. An announcer called them the J6 Choir.
The Jan Sixers have a choir in prison. Like, it's fascinating. They literally put together a choir like they were at church.
He praised the convict choir of rioters.
Love those people.
Trump took aim at the ongoing Manhattan grand jury, probing the Stormy Daniels hush money payments.
It's not a crime, not a misdemeanor, not an affair.
The crowd responding enthusiastically as he mocked the adult film star.
I never liked Horseface. It's just not. It's terrible.
But when he mocked his Republican rival Ron DeSantis, there was silence.
When a man comes to me, tears in his eyes, sir, if you endorse me, I'll win. Please. Please, sir, endorse me. And I said, all right, let's give it a shot.
Trump is leading DeSantis in some national polls, but in a new survey of Iowa and New Hampshire voters, Florida's governor has the edge.
Only in Texas, man. Can you believe that? And then he actually shows the rioters, and he's got them singing, the national anthem, and I'm like, this man ceases to amaze me, Larry. And
I'm really tired of this cat, man. He's the only president that I've known that's no longer the president that's kicking up so much dust. Even if the president only served one term and moved on, they never did what Trump has done.
Oh, no. I mean, you don't see, we got how many living presidents? I mean, we just lost one, but however, you don't see them, injecting themselves that much into public opinion.
And something that's so negative, he just endorsing it, co-signing it. He remember the movie The Joker? The one with the joke with I forgot the guy's name. He committed suicide.
Right.
That Joker character was diabolical. Trump reminds me of that Joker in that movie. Not the last Joker.
Yep, I remember the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Remember that character? That character was like,
I wish
they said he just want to see the world burn.
I wish I could remember his name. As a matter of fact, if somebody does remember his name, pop that in there real quick in the chat.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was great. I'm like, that's the greatest to this day. That character sticks in my brain. And like Kanye West, Donald Trump, that Joker character, those three guys remind me all of each other because it's like they don't even care. They just like to see people just act crazy,
suffer.
Suffer. They feeding off the negative energy of these people. They feeding off. They don't even care. Trump didn't even care about being president, I bet he just want to kick up dust and just be in the limelight. He just want that energy. He want that he needs that so he can feel the way he is. It's like it's an ego thing to him.
I like how he tries to throw a name on that girl after Horseface, after he tagged it or tried to tag it or whatever the case may be.
And like he just be belittling people. And then everybody cheered about the female. I hate it when people belittle women, and then they try to do it for men, and then they get quiet for men. So you got to stop doing that bullshit. And a lot of women out there, even want to support Trump after him doing that. Women have had enough suffering. A lot of people suffer in America, but when it comes to pushing people down, suppressing them, women have been suppressed possibly more across the world than any man comparable. All women are being suppressed.
Think about it, though. He could slightly be telling the truth. Put this into perspective. I mean, he could say it wasn't necessarily hush money. It was actually money that he owed her for whatever extras he may have done. And also, maybe it was not an affair. It was just a one-night stand, and that's how he puts things into perspective.
He paid her, so she gave him some kind of service. She's a high-class hoe. I'm like,
we all know this. Come on, man.
If you're gonna be a hoe, you might as well max out your coochie. Max her coochie out.
You don't see her denying the fact that she's a high class hoe.
Yeah, and you got crackheads that they'll take an 8-ball or a chicken meal and go do you up. You know what I'm saying? She got thousands. How much she get paid for that incident?
I don't know if she ever did disclose exactly how. Maybe that's part of the NDA. She can't.
It was some thousands, if possibly not in the millions, low millions, at least the high thousands. So I can't hate on her, man. You know what I'm saying? She did what she had to do. She used her body to maximize dollars. I'm like,
well, don't advertisers do the same thing with females?
Yeah.
Use their bodies.
Everybody exploits. Everybody uses females to exploit everybody. Everybody knows that men will spend money for women. So you get the sexiest women, use them to sell the best products, and then a man will get it for their wives, or a man will buy it to impress another woman. Blase, blase, whoop de whoop. That's how it goes. Or man,
or a man might buy it for a man because he likes the way he likes the way.
But at the end of the day, man, I just don't like the fact that he's doing it like that, because I'm like, you didn't feel the way about her before you start messing with her. Now all of a sudden the allegations are out there and everybody to see. Now she's horse-faced. She wasn't horse-faced when you was doing her.
Yeah, she seemed to obviously stir something, or you wouldn't have paid one slight bit of attention to the girl.
So Trump full of shit. That's why I don't like fucking Trump. You know what I'm saying? Not because he wasn't a great president, and not because he's just a dick. I don't like him because he contradicts himself a lot, and he's he's an idiot. He's just a fucking
part
joker.
of it is when you're
he's a clown.
There's enough stuff that says that he's actually a narcissist, right? Out there.
Okay,
and that type of an individual likes to put everybody beneath them. So, whether he's calling, Stormy Daniels horseface, or whether, who knows, he's not making fun of Rudy and everybody else on his team behind their back. We don't know this.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's got a name for everybody.
He's a past being a dick. He's a blowjob. Donald Trump officially is a blowjob. He's a clown. And then people that believe in him, after all this shit he's done to make America look bad again, are fools or clowns with him. because America's looking real bad again. So make it great again. It's getting bad again.
What I thought was funny, hang some names. If I was out there, I would use what Stormy Daniels said. Did you listen to her interview when she did talk? Said that his penis looked like Toad from Mario.
You had to get that clap back. For one thing, he got a toad penis.
We can call him Toad Dick.
Toad Dick, and then on top of that, he paid her. So you done paid a female to call you a Toad Dick.
Toad Dick.
Fucking clown, man. Running for president.
Oh, man.
I'm not saying America's not bad now. America is better than what it was when it first started, especially that with the slavery crap and all the other crap and the Indians and, Native Americans and all the...
We've come a long way. We've come a long way.
But I'm just saying he's going to make it bad again with the racism.
But yeah, we got a long way to come, Larry. We have a long way to come, but we have come a long way.
Yes.
And hey, moving on, one of our favorite persons, and he's actually been our asshole of the week, but Representative George Santos did a fashion review of NASA's new spacesuit.
Hey everybody, so Congressman George Santos here, and I'm going to give the fashion of the new lunar suit, which quite frankly just debuted last week. I personally like it. I like orange, and I think it gives it a lot of personality. It's a pretty cool looking suit. I know everybody's used to the whole white space suit and the whole floatiness, but I think the black is pretty sleek. I think the orange gives it a pop of color. And I quite frankly think this looks like the future. This is exactly what I expected when I thought we're coming out with a new spacesuit. But now it begs the question, isn't it dark in the dark side of the moon? And why is the suit black? I understand that, I guess that all the colors on the suit can be reflective by all the lights that you can see here on the helmet, and it might give you, but it's gonna be so strange to see each other there. Although I trust the folks at NASA know what they're doing, because I clearly know nothing about space travel, although I might consider going into that space one day, into that space. But I think the suit's pretty cool. I think this is American ingenuity at its best. I think this is what we put our money towards inventing the next generation of technology. And this is gonna keep folks safe. This is gonna protect our astronauts so that they can go on the moon and further explore the moon. And after seeing Crew 6 launch from Florida earlier this month, I gotta say, it is a great feeling to know that we're back on that race to space. And with this announcement of going back to the moon in this awesome, gnarly looking suit, love the orange. NASA, you get a thumbs up from Congressman George Santos.
Who the fuck is this dick? Okay, what does he do?
He's a congressman. Remember, he's the one that lied about everything? About his college education.
Okay, for one thing, he's saying, why the suit so black, it's hard to see. Fuck you, Congressman. You're a dick. You're a liar, okay? Another thing, who the fuck dressed him? He needs a new suit. Somebody should have did a fashion review on his fucking suit. He got a doodle brown jacket, some khakis, don't even match the jacket, with a yellow tie and a white shirt. This dude's a fucking asshole, man. Then his suit is so black.
And
the hell out of here, man.
But the highlights are nice, They had nice highlights. They could have added.
You know what?
They could have added some sequence. You know what I mean?
Okay. What I'm gonna do is, if I ever get a chance to punch a senator in the face, when it's annual punch, the purge. If they ever have a purge, I'm purging his ass.
And it's so amazing. Black. And it's not that it's not that I don't believe in the exploration of space, and that and there are maybe resources on the moon that may become valuable to us someday. But let's revert back to what you said during the last conversation. What about the homeless?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we're spending how much money on the space race, and I mean, what are we worried? We're going to probably get into what are we worried about here next in the show. But
I got something better, Tim. Why are we going back to the fucking moon? What did we leave there? Did we leave a ship up there, or a wallet, or some keys?
Well, we know there's ice. That's the interesting thing is, what's so valuable about the South Pole? That seems to be the focus of everybody, all the nations, China, Russia,
They
United
are
States.
worried about the moon.
They want to
when you
get
got
there on
stuff
the
this
South Pole.
Earth. We still got the stuff that happened down there. We get Trump rallying in Texas. Then we still got the train that crashed. We still got water pollution. We still got homeless people. We got people that just went through a disaster with the flood and the weather. And you worried about going to the fucking moon?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
That we could spend our resources much better. And
that's why this earth, and that's why the people on this earth is the way it is, with the pollution and the poverty and all that stuff, and the racism and the hate and the suppression, because dumbasses, fuck it, let's go to the moon and call her horseface.
Well, and think about it. It's interesting that they're going to increase the budget, into the space and to go to the moon. But yet, if you're a welfare recipient, we talked about that a couple of those benefits are going to start going away. No more double benefits from the what would they call that? The pandemic COVID relief stuff. They got like an extra 100, 150 a month, I guess. Now that's going away. And you still have a job market that's not playing all that fair for buddy.
When's the last time they raised the minimum wage? Let's try to put some money in that. They never would do that because they can't lower it.
That's because you've got some states that still have a minimum wage is like $7.50 or $8 an hour.
There should be a federal bill that says minimum wage should be minimum at a company that makes what? It should be a cap, set a cap where if you made a corporation or a company that has smaller companies, if you made billions, you should have a minimum minimum wage of $12 if you're making millions.
You sound like a libertarian now.
But if you but think about moms and pops, you can't give that. No, you can't give that. But when you get the big corporations, they should offer well amount of more money because they got connections. They're connected with all these big wigs from across the country with the trades, embargoes, and all that crap. They're killing me, man. I'm gonna start calling you the Black Bernie. Yeah, but the moon though. What they leave on the moon?
I have no idea. And like I said, there's some resources up there, obviously, that nobody's really talking about. Excuse me.
But they got to be some because they're going back.
That you're spending all that type of money to get your ass back up there. So, yeah, I mean, what? What did Neil find? Maybe Neil lost a golf ball up there and they're trying to retrieve it. I don't know.
Something boy, I tell you.
Anyhow, hey, even more importantly, some of the things going on back here on Earth.
Uh-oh.
That's what I said. Check this out. Let's have some conversation about.
We're going to turn now to North Korea and some wild new claims about the country's military capabilities. The government there released images supposedly showing a new underwater nuclear device that the leadership says could create, get this, what it calls a radioactive tsunami. All of it comes amid renewed military exercises between the U.S. and South Korea, and our Liz Palmer has more on all of it.
In a still photograph, North Korea's dictator Kim Jong-un is sitting in front of what the official news service says was a new underwater drone. Other photos purport to show it at sea, where North Korea claimed it had cruised for 59 hours before detonating. Armed with a nuclear warhead, North Korea said it could cause a radioactive tsunami that could be used to attack enemy naval units or ports. Kim Jong-un also apparently watched conventional weapons tests too, cruise missiles being moved on mobile launchers and then being fired into the ocean. North Korea claims these can carry nuclear warheads too, though military analysts are skeptical it has the technology, at least yet. This most recent flaunting of weaponry, which last week included a submarine-launched missile, is a response to U.S.-South Korean military exercises. Freedom Shield, which ended yesterday, is the biggest joint exercise in 5 years and included live-fire tank maneuvers and an amphibious landing. A furious North Korea denounced the exercise, which it views as a rehearsal for an invasion. For CBS Mornings, Elizabeth Palmer, Tokyo.
Is that some
underwater shit?
That's some badass shit, isn't it?
No, they want number Aquaman. That's Justice League.
Out there, what did Rocket Man? Isn't that what Trump called the guy? King Jong-un.
Okay. This guy's stupid. They're so stupid to me. What are they doing? They just firing off weapons to show them that they have weapons.
They're
wasting fucking money.
Yeah, they're just trying to show their
They're just trying to
military
show we got
strength.
weapons.
And North Korea and South Korea has been at it for whatever. I mean, that's amazing. But I mean, the guy's got that kind of capability. And how long was it up in the air? How many freaking hours?
Long enough for somebody to take. I don't know.
I mean, long enough he could launch it from Korea and it would hit the United States.
Bro, I'm so disappointed in our world leaders, man. As we get older, we realize that we come a long way from the United States and all these countries when they first started building each other from the history. We know our history. We know history. But you would think that at the point we are now in 2023, that why are they still contemplating war? Why? We got the Olympics. We have sports. All kinds of sports with the Olympics. We have all these other outlets where we can say, okay, we'll challenge you with this. We'll challenge you with that. You won, I won. What's the purpose of war? We can do a lot of things to compete against each other without killing people.
Yeah, it's a land grab for profit.
The land has already been established. I'm like, we got the United States, you got other countries, you got natural resources. The difference between one continent and the country is natural resources. I think that's the biggest difference, is natural resources. And the how can I say it? The trade ability. What can you trade us? What can we trade you? And the natural resources. That's all the concern that we have with other countries, other than traveling and all that crap. But natural resources, and we want part of what you got, we'll give you part of what we got. And trades, natural resources.
Yep. And if you interfere with that, right, as Russia with what's going on in Ukraine, we're going to support, the oppressed, because you're interfering with our money too.
Yeah, but war, I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, the purpose of people is to move forward. War is elementary.
But people always took sides. Somebody's going to take sides.
Oh, everybody, you got to take sides. Everybody takes sides. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because what is that country next to Russia where they're going to start moving in nukes? And it's got right there, it butts next to Poland. Can't think of the name of the country. But in any regards, I mean, there you go. There's an allegiance. There's one person that says, and then just the other day you had China that flew over and had a visit with Putin, right? The two world leaders. So there's obviously an alliance there, And even back in our country, when during the Revolutionary War, you had, colonialists, the colonists, and the Tories, people that were seeing themselves as English. And so they didn't like the, idea of separation from the England, and, they was willing to die for that too.
People are so damn pathetic.
People are crazy. Oh yeah, it's always been pathetic. It's always been.
And then the problem with people are, you got two types. You got people that are psychotic, and then you got the people that are socially psychotic. Okay, it's just me being crazy. Okay, I'm crazy on an individual basis. But when you start being crazy as a group, that's what happens. That's what the sociology comes into play. Groups of people are dangerous. One individual is dangerous, but that individual has to get a group of people to join in on what he or she is all about. And shit.
Well, just like what we've seen in the actual first video, when you get a bunch of like-minded people that believe that, this J6, these rioters, and they're cheering and clapping, but over the video of the insurrection, and they've absolutely loved the song. Wait, even better yet. And they love the song, and then Trump's on some frickin' show trying to say that it was #1 on iTunes.
Well, Tim, there's a lot of white people in America, so a lot of brothers ain't really got the money to buy some stuff on iTunes. So he might be right. Fucking Trump was a fucking dick. That song is no one. I'm gonna tell you something. No, I ain't gonna lie. Because honestly, when it comes to selling music and stuff like that, the Caucasian side usually makes the biggest purchases, even with black music. So if a black guy or black female does well in the music industry, it's because the Caucasian side spends the money. They go to the concert and spend the money. So that could be true. Am I right?
Could be true. You know, it's all about money.
Yeah, they can look it up. People look it up. Look it up.
You know that. It's all about money. It's all about money. In fact, that leads us right into the next topic, which is, you know, what China's got going on. And yeah, hey, you know, they can't let the other.
Yeah,
enjoy watching. The 14th China International Aviation Aerospace Exhibition brought together 740 local and foreign companies from 43 countries to exhibit both online and offline. More than 110 aircraft took part in live flight demonstrations and were exhibited in the 100,000 square kilometer indoor exhibition area. Chinese military experts told the press that the exhibition is recognized as intended to demonstrate the unity and completeness of the country's armed forces and military industry. In turn, foreign journalists are sure that the real purpose of the exhibition is not new contracts, but sending a message to the world. One of the most interesting innovations has been a drone that can reportedly travel at hypersonic speeds. This is a brand new wide-range MD-22 aircraft developed by the Case Mechanics Institute and the Guangdong Academy of Aerodynamic Research. It is considered a platform for testing hypersonic technologies in near space. This is a big leap for China, which is keen to master hypersonic technology as quickly as possible. Drone 10 by 4.5 meters, weighing 1 ton, can lift 3 tons of cargo into the air, including fuel, plus a 15% margin for maximum overload. The named speed of the apparatus is Mach 7, which is approximately equal to 8,500 kilometers per hour. The maximum range of the device is 8,000 kilometers. According to the information on the banner placed next to the drone, it will be used for a number of technical checks and scientific research along with non-contact space shuttles. The MD-22 can take off autonomously or with the help of a rocket launch.
Yeah. There was
Where's that one guy with the bad agent got the bad haircut from? He's from there?
Yeah, that's the bad haircut guy.
He's just full of shit. They showing off. And you know how much energy it's going to take to fire that thing off?
Yeah, but still, man, that's another badass weapon. So you got North Korea with a badass weapon, and you've got China with a badass weapon. You've got shit going on over in Russia and Ukraine, and you got and so people, you need to keep your eyes and ears. Yeah, people need to settle the hell down, man.
They're gonna destroy this goddamn country. This whole earth is gonna be looking like some shit off like.
That may be why NASA. That's maybe what the new suit's all about, Larry. Let's go back to that shit.
Yeah, remember Star Wars and they blew up the big circle thing? What was it called? In Star Wars, they blew it up.
Oh yeah.
And they had the big old hole in the side of it, and Darth Vader was still on there. That's how the Earth is gonna look. It's gonna be totally disintegrated. If not, it's gonna be a big chunk taken out of it.
It was a Star Destroyer or something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, okay, that's impressive. Why don't you use that in a positive manner? Why don't you use that to fly some stuff to a place that got just destroyed by like a volcano or typhoon or a flood or something?
Could you imagine? Yeah, think about that. And you've got a lot, and it's not like, people are economically well off in China or in, North Korea and or even Russia. And they're focusing a lot of their money, into that type of
bullshit.
Why?
War.
Yeah, being prepared for war. Why?
That's why it's hard for me when I hear these. A lot of people say you anti-politician. When I hear these politicians talk all this bullshit about helping the people, helping this, helping that, this, then I see that they're investing millions, billions, trillions of dollars in weapons of mass destruction. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't believe you.
And you think about how much money some of these companies are making, like Lockheed Martin and some of those others they were showing.
Yes,
millions,
it doesn't take
billions,
and all these middle class, lower middle class people. I don't know about the people that's using the people in power. Some of those people just don't give a fuck. But the ones that's trying to get out, those dollars that they're using for weapons of mass destruction can be used to funding these families to bring our kids and our families up. They're full of shit. That's why I don't like politics. That's why I never vote, because they're full of shit. It goes to show you what they're invested their money. They invested their time and money into weapons. Bullshit. You rarely hear about them focusing on the liberal things that's going to make this country a great country.
There you go.
Any country. Now, not just America. All these countries are full of shit. I'm not feeling them. I just don't like politicians. And they know better, but they don't do better.
They don't represent the people as they should. I have
and
to
they
agree.
should, and then it kills me when Trump followers, they fall behind him. Trump full of shit too.
And we get a lot of people that think we're full of shit saying, you should concentrate your money on helping the people instead of beefing up your military and other stuff. And even in foreign relations, helping people. Because,
hey, Tim, this is a real game. If every country invested their money on beefing up the people and bringing the people up, no one would worry about war. It won't be no terrorism. It won't be none of that shit.
If everybody was actually happy.
You know what I'm saying? If you invest the money in war, that means people know that, we finna fight. But if you invest the money in love, people know that, we trying to get better and do better.
Yeah, sometimes I think we are repressed for a reason, and I don't care if you live in a dictatorship or a democracy. You still have laws that dictate how you can behave. You're not truly free.
We can be free, and we just choose not to be free.
Absolutely, yeah, we
can be free.
We could get to the point where some laws aren't even necessary anymore because we don't think about it.
The Constitution is irrelevant because you can always rewrite. History is history. You can always write the present as you go on. That's history. We moved on. Everybody moves on. But when you still stuck on some bullshit that doesn't benefit the people in general, the mass society, the diversity we have, then we got a problem. Then it's something going on. It's a scheme. It's a setup.
Yeah, the basics of the Constitution really does dictate that. And then they started adding, the other bills and amendments, and there were other.
And they're still doing it.
And still doing it. So
if they subtract a bill or amendment, they doing it because they playing chess. They're not playing checkers. Everybody's playing chess now. Those politicians are playing chess against each other. They're especially playing chess against the American people. And all the other people around the world too. They getting them too. So no one's exempt from this bullshit. Politicians are trash. I don't support them. If I was a politician, I'd be like a mixture between Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Lyndon Johnson. What's my dude, the white dude that marched with Martin Luther King that we talked about, the liberal,
Bernie.
Bernie. I like guys like that because they still know politics is necessary and essential because you got to have some structure. But again, it's all about people.
Oh yeah.
You got to have politics. Don't get me wrong, but people make politics. Politics don't make people.
The rewards, and I don't understand. Yeah, the rewards of helping people, just like even in LRE Fitness, as an example, the rewards of seeing somebody become physically fit or overcome an injury and or whatever you're working with them on, it is rewarding to you.
And it's rewarding to them.
And sometimes there's a payback, and the payback may be. They're spreading the word about you. The payback could be, here's something for Christmas. Who knows what the payback could be?
My payback.
Trust me, the investment. Don't expect a payback, but the investment at times will bring you a payback.
But then it's gonna make you a better person, make you feel better. That means that you're gonna make somebody else feel better. They're gonna make somebody else feel better.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the payback may be non-denominate. It's not going to necessarily be money or something, or even a thank you, but you can see it. So
and I think government is necessary. It's just that I don't know why they're still trying to play this I'm gonna get back at you card. They're too intelligent and they're too old for that. It ain't like some 12-year-olds that are around the country. These are grown ass men and women.
And sometimes they still don't do their job correctly.
Oh, they suck.
And speaking of that, they suck. You're horrible, man. I have to talk a little bit about Toledo, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
And what happened when somebody went through Toledo's SWAT team's trash.
What's up, Great Lakes family? I figured while I'm sitting up here in this press box waiting for this game to start, I'd fill you in on what I found in all of those documents I got from the garbage cans outside of TPD SWAT. So in there, I got I'm reading this off the screen. I have 4 sets of identifying information, including social security numbers, birth dates, addresses, all that good stuff, enough to steal the identities of 4 individuals. 2 police officers' home addresses, SWAT officers at that, a personal SWAT officer's phone number, a SWAT officer's phone number, address, bank account, banking information. A murder witness, full personal information minus social security number. A shooting victim, minus everything minus a social security number. A shooting victim's family member, everything minus social security number. And a fully unredacted police report. Witness subpoenas with addresses. That's great. Not to mention some confidential law enforcement information like, search warrant applications, search warrant, threat assessments, and things like that. Good job, SWAT.
Cat's out the bag. Now, every gangster in America is going to be posted up outside SWAT headquarters. Like, hey,
let me get on.
We might go to prison, but we're going to kill some motherfuckers before we go. We might not go.
How careless can you be?
They don't care. They don't care. It's so dumb. They don't expose themselves. Because, really, nobody really kills the police. All right. They kill everybody else. If you got somebody that kills a police officer or anybody associated with them, that's a bad person. So that's a dangerous person. But they're just so nonchalant, and that's just how it is now. I don't think it's always been like that. You got more experience on that, Tim.
I will speak on documents from because all documents are regulated, even in county government, state government, it doesn't matter. And everything has to, at sometime in or the other, get submitted for archives into the Historical Society. That's who kind of runs it. And they'll schedule it for destruction, okay? But it's always going to be in archive, but then you can schedule that particular document for destruction. And I don't care if it's a search warrant, whatever, there's a blueprint that covers kind of everything. A, B, C, D, and here's what falls in A, here's what falls in B, this kind of stuff, and here's how long you have to keep it, and then you have to submit, and then you can destroy it, shred it. It has to be destroyed, not just thrown in the frickin' trash like that carelessly. There's a couple of things going on that they're going to get jammed up in.
Man, that's just unprofessional, man. And then that's part of the operation. Now, I know it's SWAT's police department, but shouldn't they have like an operations person?
Yeah,
because every professional business should have an operations person, a loss prevention person, some kind of person dealing with loss prevention operations or something like that. Am I right?
Yeah, ultimately you're going to have whatever staff did that.
Risk management, loss prevention, operations.
Who's ever in charge of SWAT records. And SWAT records would be overseen. That could be a sergeant in SWAT, who knows. And that he'd be overseen by a lieutenant and or a captain. And so ultimately, it's gonna go on up the chain of who's actual hands-on, and it'll probably be the captain in this instance, having to chew out the lieutenant who's gonna have to chew out whoever did the stupid shit.
Yeah, man.
But everybody's gonna be held accountable because you did not, do your job correctly. You didn't adhere to the retention schedule. As I said, there's a retention schedule on everything. Has to be.
That's just plain tacky, unprofessional, and just lazy. In the trash.
Well, you know why the government does that? They can have you just inadvertently just getting rid of documents, and it's like whatever happened to that. Oh, I don't know. No.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna get rid of something, I'm gonna tell you something. I get some mail. If I get any mail with my name on it, I know it's a credit card, something trying to send me a credit card or something. I tear it all up in pieces, throw it away.
Yeah, get rid of that information. That's a good point for our viewers. That's an easy way for you to get your identity stolen, is just to throw that whole thing in the trash, like as a whole. Because there's absolutely no law against somebody dumpster diving.
Once you put your trash outside your house, it's
public property.
How can I say legal
property, so to speak? Yeah.
Now make them work. The key to security, because you can't stop anybody from doing whatever they want to do. Make it hard for them. Once you make it hard, criminals are lazy. That's it.
And speaking from experience, criminals are lazy.
Criminals, they say speak from experience. Criminals are freaking lazy, and I have experience dealing with criminals. They are lazy. But when you make it easy for them, You just setting yourself up. So don't be the victim.
Please, yeah, don't, yeah.
And
Shred
put
that
stuff in the
shit,
trash.
you know. And you know, TPD, SWAT, listen, I'd like to see what happens on that. That's kind of on the quiet. Of course, they keep all this other shit quiet we've talked about,
They
too.
do. The military keep their stuff quiet, and the police force keep their stuff quiet. That's how it works.
Yeah,
so if you ever want to not get snitched on, 9 times out of 10, join the military or be a police officer. Big organization, FBI,
Or yeah, or you're a police officer that did get snitched on because you brought a cell phone into the jail.
No, correction officers, they don't count.
Oh, okay. Well, he was a corrections officer, wasn't he? You're right.
Correction officers not real police officers.
Okay.
They're like,
okay.
They're a step up from a security officer. No, a step down because security officers got guns. Correction officers don't have guns. God.
Yeah, that's even worse yet.
Yeah.
Anyhow, hey, speaking of corrections officers, since you brought it up.
Oh.
Maybe I brought that up. What happened down in Mexico, man? This is sad.
And right now on your Wednesday morning, at least 39 migrants from Central and South America died after a fire broke out Monday night at a migrant holding center right across the border from El Paso, Texas. Migrants set fire to mattresses after learning they would be deported. 68 adult men were inside. A surveillance video shows guards walking away, and it appears the guards don't make an attempt to release the men. Those who didn't die were taken to 4 hospitals in the area. On Tuesday, over 100 members of Congress wrote a letter urging the Biden administration to not restart the family detention centers and instead expand pathways and invest in community-based alternatives to detention.
Hold on. So they died here?
No, in Mexico. Apparently, it's a detention center in Mexico to hold these people, right, that are trying to get visas and into the country. And it's still in Mexico. That's why you saw the Mexican guards, and who knows if there's Americano guards. I don't know. But, yeah, that's what it's all about. And they knew they were going to be deported back, not being able to get entry into the U.S. So they started this up. But the point being, all these people just walk out of the place, and you see the bars are, the doors are locked and shit, and 68 people die. I mean, yeah, they shouldn't have done what the hell they did, right? We can agree on that.
How do we know if they started? How do we know that somebody else didn't start it, and then the person that started got out, and everybody else fucking
And they
died?
blamed, I mean, well, I guess you don't.
All I'm saying is when you hear immigrants trying to come to America waiting on visas, and then they die in Mexico, that sounds like some American shit to me. American scandal. That sounds like a setup to me.
And then just to take off and leave you there and burn.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I know some messed up stuff happened in Mexico, but I ain't never heard of them burning themselves up. Never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Because they trying to wait to get to America, get a visa. So now, since you can't come to America, you're going to burn. Mexican people are too proud to do something that's stupid.
Could you,
They're
though?
too proud.
Okay, they started the fire. Let's say they started the fire. You see it burning in there. You're walking past as one of the facility guards, corrections officers, whatever the heck. I don't know what they call them. You're going to walk past there with a key in your pocket, knowing you could get those people out and just walk outside and just...
That's a setup, bro.
How do you do that? How do you do that, Larry?
That people. We living on a daily basis. I'm like, that's how people are. I'm like, either that person got paid off to let it happen, that person didn't care, but at the end of the day, before 68 people died, something should have happened. I wouldn't, man. The value of, if that would have happened here in America, it'd been a different story. But since it happened, I'm just saying, since it happened to be some Mexican people trying to get to America, waiting on visas, now they're not getting a visa. And if they let them out, what they're going to do? Still come back to America? I don't believe in all that. I think it's a scam. I think they set those people up. One thing, put them in a jail cell. They were locked up. So there you go.
That's another one of those stories that you just didn't hear a whole heck of a lot about. It's interesting what you see on, they cover so much of the other crap that goes on that, people get distracted from, as we showed with North Korea, with China, there's more going on. And, we just had a drone strike on one of the U.S. military bases.
They're investigating all that, but they're not investigating these people dying in jail cells.
It's
a story. See, it's a story on that, but it's investigation on that.
Maybe there
story
might
on
be.
people dying, investigation on some missiles. It should be investigation on the story, No, investigation, the story, what happened, people died, and then maybe a story on the missiles.
Yeah, how this all really happened. Yeah.
Come on, man. People are dying. We lost some people that had something to bring to the table. Whether they were considered immigrants. For one thing, if they would come to Texas, they're not immigrants because the Mexicans had Texas before and they stole it from Mexicans. So this belonged to them anyway. So don't want to talk about immigration.
Get all technical and shit.
We get immigration. If we get to immigration, then a lot of people really get mad, and our show will get shut down completely.
See you slamming your equipment around and stuff.
So I'm getting emotional, man.
Getting all emotional.
Feelings,
beat the hell out of your camera. Don't do that, man.
Like, man, don't be messing with certain people you can't mess with. You don't mess with the Irish. You don't mess with Africans. You don't mess with Mexicans. It's certain. I know that because I know my history in America. I'm a true American, a patriot. So I know how this country was built. I know about immigration. So the real immigrants are the ones that's not getting the smoke. Now, even the Japanese that immigrated here, but I know those people from my history, those are hardworking people when they down there built this damn country. They took it from Mexicans were really running this country. Not this country, but they're Texas example. I know they were running Texas, so they just stole. I know the history, so I get emotional.
I do too. And
listen, Mexican people helped slaves back in the day. Underground railroads were created by Mexican people to get them out of Texas because we were still slaves. They were helping us. So I don't like it when people do Hispanic people like that because they.
If you're right, You know, we are all immigrants. Absolutely, 100%.
And Irish was like some of the first slaves, and then when Irish came here to America, they were treated like crap.
Well, one of my first ancestors, I go back probably like 15, 16 cousins, is William Brewster. Mm-hmm. And he was on the Mayflower. So, yeah, you know, and if they didn't have the help of the indigenous Indians, they would have died. Keep it real. You know, half of them died, you know, the first frickin' year because they didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah, it wasn't used to the conditions, man. It's crazy. You just, you know, like
so,
I said,
you know, we need to rely on each other, you know.
Man, it's killing me when I even to this day, 2023, what makes me more upset with people, not because they're racist, because they don't know the history behind racism. They don't even know. Half of these racist people don't even know that they were immigrants. They were immigrants.
And racism isn't defined just by the color of your skin. Let's call it what it is, just isms. You're a woman, you know, you're Oriental, you're short, you're fat.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know black people.
You're bald. You wear glasses.
They love fucking with black people more than anybody though. But it's true though. It's true.
And we'll find a reason to hate on anybody.
Yeah, it starts within your family. So if you hating within your family, it's going to branch out to everyone else.
And that's what ceases to amaze me. You know, some people say racism. Well, yeah, I mean, there's isms all over. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's sad. Like I say, in our history of women have been suppressed more in America. Women have been suppressed more than any man, period, across the world. Black men had the right to vote in America before white women had the right to vote in America.
And look how it's still going in some of the Middle Eastern countries. With that woman.
Yeah, women always get suppressed, man. I'm like, that's what made me mad when they called that lady horseface. I'm like, motherfucker, you paid her to.
Now you got, you know, because they didn't wear the hijab, she got like beat, executed and shit. I mean,
oh my God, women get treated horribly.
Look, because they didn't wear what? I mean, that's insane. But there's another thing. We've come a long way, Larry, but we still got a hell of a long way to go.
Oh, we sure do, man. Let's get the asshole of the week.
Let's go to the asshole of the week.
Is it my elbow, my ashy elbows?
Getting an ashy elbow. And this is well-deserving. and basically because, you know, again, this person just loves causing people to get emotionally started up and want to cause trouble.
He needs his ass whooped, man.
Can you believe that he would pose like that with a baseball bat next to the guy who's the judge that could be hearing his case?
And then he's black.
And put it on your social media platform.
Then the brother he had to be a black dude.
I'm like,
it makes it work. It makes it work as a black dude, because then like,
I'm like, what message are you sending out?
He kicking up dust.
That?
It ain't just him. I'm like, forget him and the other guy. Think about the what he's creating between the black side and white side. I'm gonna hit you with a bat, dude. You the judge. You trying to prosecute my white dude, and this country's already ours. We shouldn't let you vote. You're under us. We fight for our rights. This. It creates a whole nother, we're gonna another whole black and white thing. You just feed into it.
Do you think that tarnishes the judicial system? You think that, oh, well, look at how Trump feels about the judicial system, that they're going to even think about indicting him. He's basically giving you the middle finger, but yeah, or I'd rather slap you upside the head with a bat.
Trump contradicts himself a lot, because he was the one, if I'm not mistaken, that allowed convicts to vote, and then he got a lot of people out of prison.
I don't know.
Did a lot of,
he did a lot of pardons. I think that's part of this. That was part of this deal with Kanye and some of them, right?
Yeah. So he works his TV show before he became president. It was diverse. So he contradicts himself a lot. But like I said, he's just using the people that's following him as energy and power to move forward, and they dummies. But then again, he's creating a big barrier between black people and white people. I had discussions with some white people when it came to Trump, and they love him to death. And then I said certain things, and I saw that they were warm to me at the beginning, and then we started talking about Trump. Then they chilled out and got cold towards me because of my issues with him. So, and I'm like, okay. And I just stopped talking about it, because I'm like,
that's the one thing that I don't like to really necessarily discuss with a relative or a friend is politics and religion. You know, we can have this dialogue on air and talk about it. In some ways we differ, Larry, and in some ways we're like-minded, but that's part of the diversity of the show.
We're both educated, though. We know our history. If you know your history, then you can resort back to something, say, I can see why it is the way it is. I know how Democrats do what Democrats do. Republicans do what Republicans do. I know how it started off with this race of people and that race of people. I know the history. So I'm not going to get upset when it comes to politics, because politics is part of our country. It's been part of the world, period. Politics is in everything. It's in families. It's in football, basketball. It's in jobs. You can't avoid politics.
Google
the word politics. Politics ain't got nothing to do with the Democrat or Republican. That's just politics of politics. Okay, it's just that our leaders are kicking up too much dust and not doing the right things. They're investing too much time in fighting and war and racism and suppression instead of doing what they should do. That's my problem. That's why I don't like him. And Trump, before Trump became president, I watched some of his shows. He was a clown then. He's still a clown now. He's the same guy I saw when he had them TV shows. You're fired. Same shit.
Yeah, but inciting that type of violence, it
ain't even Trump. It's them. Trump can listen. All they gotta do is believe or not believe. That's it. He can say anything he want to say. All they gotta do is believe or not believe and follow him. If they don't want to, they decided to follow him and believe in that shit. If Trump goes up there and talk about kids being physically disadvantaged, or talk about old people shitting on themselves or some shit, he's going to lose everybody. But he's talking about what's relevant. He's talking about what people are feeding into. People are feeding into the negativity, the racism. He's doing what people want him to do. They want to hear that shit, man. People love that shit. I
had a little discussion earlier, about, and again, here, we still have a long way to come. But, when they decided, let's social reform. And, along with that, they decided, well, let's start trying to do, school integration and school busing. How the hell did that work out? Right?
It was horrible. Everything was horrible.
Now they're trying to talk, and you see, it turned out horrible. And now they're trying to, talk about affirmative action in employment. And now you have people having, issues, right? Because, if you're going to integrate this stuff correctly, You know, if you want to make a level, make a level. But I mean, you can't just sit there and all of a sudden throw a pound of sugar, you know, into the mixture and expect it to turn out perfect.
Well, you know, I think that you have to integrate people's thought process before you integrate anything
Integrate
else.
the
Before
people.
you integrate schools and buses, you got to integrate the thought process. How's it going to move us forward? How's it going to help all diversities of people?
Oh, you're
when
100%.
you have, yeah, when you have people like, let's integrate, I don't think so. Let's integrate, I don't think so. Let's integrate, I don't think so. They got to be integrated psychologically in order to be integrated physically. And a lot of people are not willing to just let a black person do this, a white person do this, or a Hispanic person do this, or a Mexican person do this, or Australian, or American, or African. They all stuck in their own ways. So psychologically, they not integrated. Everybody's separate. And
Now,
then the dumbasses join the teams of the person they feel is going to be their savior.
Let me give a shout out to my queen, Queen Sylvie, and hello Pam for watching.
Queen Sylvie?
Anyhow, she had saw something on TV earlier, and then we discussed it. Is that racist? And I can't remember what corporation she said it was, but they're having teaching the white executives, people, employment in there, how to talk black.
Oh my God!
I'm like, now black? Is that it? Yeah, so they can, you know, dialogue back.
How do you talk black though? Is it talking about slang? Because black folks,
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I was kind of like,
I'm gonna tell you, look, I sound country, and I know some slang words, but if I go to the hood, I'm totally fucking lost. If I go to Louisiana around some of them black folks, I'm totally lost. If I go to Africa, listen to some of the Africans, I'm totally lost. Even if they speak in English. I heard some white people in Louisiana that speak some shit.
Speak with marbles in their mouth. Yeah, those.
Yeah, man, I'm like, you can't talk black. You can. Oh my God, that's just so racist.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I thought too when she brought it up and
it's
was
like
talking
they
to
say
me
talk
about
white.
it.
How do you talk white? I guess pronounce all your syllables and verbs properly.
Well, you talk with etiquette, my man. Don't you know? Are you that ill-educated that you would not know that, Larry?
Yes, I'm Larry, so I'm gonna take some of the tone out of my voice and pronounce my words properly, so you can understand exactly what I'm talking about here. Now, that's the problem with our people. You see,
you talk a little more nasal.
Come on, man. Yeah, man, it's all bullshit. You can't talk black. You can't talk white.
I thought that was.
You just gotta just trust. You gotta trust in people that they're gonna do the right things for everybody. That's it. If you don't trust that the black people gonna do the right thing for white people, then we got a problem. White people don't trust, black people don't trust the white people gonna do things right for us, we got a problem. Asian, whatever fuck. It's crazy, man. We don't trust each other.
I'm telling you. You know, brother, what it's time for? LRE fitness tip of the week. Get you on here.
I'm finna school everybody on something real smart. Hey, check this out. Check me out on Facebook at LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving. And check me out on IG, LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving. And also Estelle Junior Larry, IG, Facebook. I got more stuff coming soon, but check me out on those two sites. I got a little stuff. I don't have updated videos, but I'm gonna get a chance to get back to it. But check this out. Listen, people. A lot of people don't know the difference between a certified trainer and a personal trainer. A certified trainer is a person that has credibility from one of the national accredited training certification companies. I have one from NASA. All right. A regular trainer is a person that been working out and they can train you. Now, a person without a certification cannot work at a gym because gyms require you to have a certification that's nationally recognized, but they can train you. Now, a trainer that's nationally certified, that's recognized with a certification, can train you in the gym, outside the gym, and they have a little bit more expertise. All right. So when you decide to find you a trainer, you consider this. You want to train with somebody that's not certified, somebody that is certified. Not saying that the certified person is better, it's just that they may have a little bit more knowledge pertaining to certain aspects of training other than lifting weights and doing cardio, nutrition, a psychological standpoint in it. So consider that. Consider training. You can train outside the gym with no certification, train inside the gym with a certification, figure out what you want people, who you want training you, certified or not certified. That's my tip. Be smart when you choose your trainer. We keep you moving.
LRE Fitness. Hey, let me ask you something. Did that get your attention?
Mm-hmm.
Because what we need to do really is start paying freaking attention to what's going on around us. And that's why we do the best we can to talk about some of the things that they don't necessarily talk about on the news. And one of the important things is listen objectively. I think Larry and I kind of covered that. And that's, listen with both ears. And, actually, a couple of little things. It's the little details that are vital. Little things that make big things happen. So again, it's the little details that are vital because little things make big things happen. So pay attention to what's going on, the little things around you, and what's building up that could be a big thing. It could be positive, could be negative, but shit, all I'm saying is pay attention. And that brings in the quote, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak.
That's some game.
And you know what? And here's the other thing, and hey, this kind of includes some of the people that we were actually talking about tonight, is people may not tell you how they feel about you, but they will always show you. So pay attention.
Mm-hmm. But they don't come to your shit, but you go to their shit.
Truth.
They don't care about you.
Truth. Yeah. They may not say how they feel, but they'll definitely show you how they feel.
We sure will, especially family.
Oh, yeah. Let's not get into that. Some family good. I like most of my family. 99.9% of my family's cool.
You like how much percent of your family?
Huh?
You like how much percent of your family?
I said 99.9% of my family's cool.
Well, I got them ends of my family, baby.
Yeah, you got those. Yeah, there's always a knucklehead in every family.
I ain't talking about knucklehead. I'm talking about the ones that just. I got some of them. Okay.
Okay. Jeez, like that, is it? Well, on to a happier note. I guess it's time for us to get out of here so we can, go out maybe have a beer or something. Larry, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to the comedy club tonight. Do some jokes.
Where are you going to be at? Let the people know.
I'm going to Twilight's Lounge in Fort Worth.
In about how long? A couple hours?
I got to be there about 8 o'clock.
So show's about 10.
Yeah. Oh, because I'm black. No, it's a white place. It's a white club.
Oh, it'll be on time.
I gotta be there at 8. They're gonna start on time. The black joint, if it started at 8, it's gonna start at 10. My
bad. I didn't mean to throw that into the mix. We've been trying to see how it is.
Stereotyping. Hey, that's the fun. Look, racism is wrong, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm a stereotype guy. I'm like, you gotta be there at 8. Okay, it ain't gonna start at 10 with the black joint. With the white joint.
Okay, thanks. I know what time I gotta be there.
I gotta stop doing that. You did it too. So
anyhow, it's bad. Anyhow, until next week. Hey, Larry, let's tell the people we are out of here, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Peace, man.